the turmoil we're seeing in the global financial markets are clearly sending a signal that a recession is knocking on the door. It's just not necessarily knocking on our door right now yet. And I think we talked to a lot of small business owners. They are taking a more defensive, measured approach. If you are in the shoe business in the Boston area, 70% of your imports are coming from China. That's an existential threat. If you're in the lobster business and you're selling lobsters to China and business is down 70%, that's an existential threat. But you see with the consumer data, in a consumer-driven economy, the consumer did not get the memo on the recession. Consumers alive and well. Walmart, same-store sales,
right. And Larry,
across the board. Lots of good things, Kelly.
It's interesting you say that because, you know, the Journal's talking about trade policy, and the big concern, especially from the latest round of tariffs, is that they would more directly hit the consumer. Now, we've delayed about half to two-thirds of those, but still over $100 billion worth is going into effect September 1. Why hasn't there been a bigger impact on the U.S. consumer? Is it because the absolute amount is just not that large?
I think that's right, Kelly. Also, look, the biggest challenge right now for the economy as a whole is the tightness in the labor market. So the consumer feels very assured about their security in that labor market. They know they can get a job if they need one. Kelly, look, it's a global issue. And I think when we look at Europe, we realize how much better off we are than Europe. Europe's 6 to 12 months ahead of us. They've got negative interest rates. They're looking at potential for an infrastructure bill. I think in an election season, it becomes irresistible for politicians not to consider more inflationary measures, more infrastructure spending. It's the only card trick that hasn't been played by our politicians. And in a populist world, that's going to drive the economy. That gives individual investors an opportunity. Playing defense does not mean playing dead. It means looking for opportunities in this volatility. And there's lots of opportunities. Infrastructure stocks have been given up for dead. In Europe, dividend yields are much higher. That's your income replacement strategy for investors that can't get yield here. There's lots of opportunity. A weaker dollar means foreign assets go up in value on U.S. investors' books. So I think we have to look outside the box and start thinking differently in these robo-infested waters.